And what's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, and Miss Courtney. Vern, soon to follow. ReadOptionAgency.com, 20 plus years, selling on eBay. Home of the crooked couch. All right, we are at Sunday morning, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And haven't done any pulling or anything. Adrian's gone this weekend, so he won't be back till late tonight. But post office is closed mañana, so don't have to worry about that. Just pull and ship and get back to listing, drafting. Today was a end and so similar day, and honestly don't think that's really making too much of a difference. I've sold a couple here and there when I've done it. Let's take a look at the numbers, I guess, and see. But first, we got an entrance. A grand entrance from Vern. Da, 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 da. So Thursday night into Friday, and Friday was pretty much the same as last week. It was kind of slow overnights. Had a big chunk of time where nothing sold, etc. So I only ended up doing 44 items that day. Yesterday was pretty good. Got up to 61, but 57 day before that. So been still hovering around 50, even with ending and selling similar every other day, with little exceptions here and there. But that day, 37. Today, we are technically 7 hours into the day. 11 sold. So, yeah, I haven't really, the ending and sell similar really has not seemed to do much at all, to be honest with you. Even listing 100 to 200 items, no, actually, I should say probably about 150 to 400 items every other day, plus the ending and sell similar. Been doing it for what, maybe 5 days now or so. Really haven't seen much of a difference. Just those 2 pop days, and that's it thus far, which is kind of disheartening. But I have run into a lot, like yesterday, a lot of server errors where it's actually telling you there's a server error now. So that leads me to believe that the initial thoughts were true, that it's all, kind of server issue. And being that different people are on different servers, not everybody experiences the same problems at the same time, or some people have no issues while others have tons of issues. So it kind of still leans toward that, being that they tell you it's a server issue. With uploading, even this morning I had another error with offers saying can't do the request at this time. So they still have the offers issues, which is going on, 7-8 days plus. So still issues there. But what are you gonna do? Just keep piling away, plugging away. So as time goes on, it seems like, the economy is going to keep getting worse and worse, and because nobody wants to take responsibility and turn it around, until election time. I raised the gas prices, re-elect me. That's how it's going to work. That's the way it always works. I saved you guys money. I lowered the gas prices. No, you cost us money. But that's a whole nother story. Just got to keep plugging away. And that's what I'm going to do. So even though it's kind of disheartening, not really seeing much growth with all, I'm over 33,000 items now in my store. And the ending is so similar. Not much growth really at all. So actually none at all, I should say, average wise. It's kind of disheartening. Gotta keep going, keep plugging away, keep listing. It'll break one day. It'll break. Either it will break or eBay will break one day. We'll see which one's first. All right, let's get to pulling and shipping some of this stuff. I have a total of like 89 items, I do believe. 91 items right now. So let's get going. All right, first up, we got the Seattle Mariners vintage banner. Picked that up in a yard sale way back when, if you remember my video with all the banners and the albums. So I paid $1. No, yes. No, I paid like $10 for all of them. So I didn't average it out. I believe that's what it was. So this sold for $11, headed to Oklahoma City. And how I ship those is lightly roll it up and put it in a 12 by 6 by 6 box. Some of you may be wondering what to do or freaking out or being upset. The price is going up again. I think the biggest hit for me is going to be media mail, going up 30 cents per item. I don't recall it ever jumping that much. So instead of $3.19, it's going to cost $3.49 to send an item now. Frustrating. So what I've done is I had upped my media mail prices 10 cents a couple months ago to get a head start on it, not realizing it was going to jump 30 cents. So what I did yesterday is all my clearance $5 items are now $5.55 items. So I bumped those up 55 cents. And instead of buy two, get 50% off, you buy two, you get 55% off. So my clearance is all fives now. $5.55, 55 off if you buy two or more. So that's what I did there. Also, I'm going in and raising prices on everything eventually, since I'm ending and selling similar. Kind of just raising everything a few cents, $1, whatever the case may be, so I can keep running my 30% off sale. I don't want to end that. So the hats I would upload at $13.99. The sale would kick in. It'd be like $9.79. So I up those to $14.99 with 30% still going on. So those are little changes I made to counter it all. But, you know, eventually, I think the USPS is not going to be happy until they have no items to mail out. And eBay's raising add more fees. They're not going to be happy until they have no sellers left. That's what it feels like everybody's doing, you know. It's just ridiculous. And the problem I have is instead of finding cheaper ways to do things, everybody's taking the easy way out and just raising the prices. There's so many ways to do things better, more efficient. But yet, everybody just wants to take the easy way out and raise prices. So that's the pain in the butt that I just don't understand. Why people just don't put the work in to make things more efficient and what have you. So got these two saws here. I think I picked these up at the Honey Hole quite a while ago for probably a couple bucks a piece. Put them in a lot together. Sold for $21. Headed to Long Beach, California. All right, Smash Mouth Astro Lounge. Sold for $5. Headed to Macon, Georgia. All right, Geyer CD. This will be the first of the new clearance pricing one that sold, or that we're shipping, I should say. Don't know if it's the first one sold or not. So $5.55, headed to Farmington, New Mexico. All right, the Ultimate Stan Getz CD, new clearance price, $5.55, sold to North Ridgeville, Ohio. Next up, we've got a lot of 30 CDs, sold for $16, headed to Salem, Ohio. So as you saw in the opening, we got the couch in, got the rug down. Jan picked out the rug, love it, perfect. We got the mirror, but you didn't see that. It was in a box over by the grandfather clock. And went and bought the TV and surround sound yesterday. Got a Sony 77-inch OLED, I think it is, TV. So that'll be here a week from Tuesday. So that free installation, since we have like the repair plan or something, I don't know, that we've always had with the stuff we bought there. But anyway, so that'll be there. So then we got that. So I just got to work on the mood lighting next. And obviously you can see there's a bunch of, it's pretty empty in there. So we got to dress it up some too anyway. But anyway, kind of cool. Just can't wait to watch a Blues hockey game on that new TV. All right, so we got a Yankees sleeveless t-shirt here. Sold for $9, headed to Dover, Pennsylvania. All right, Notre Dame Fighting Irish long sleeve tee. Sold for $8, headed to Palm Bay, Florida. All right, just put this up a couple days ago. St. Louis Cardinals tank top, Mitchell and Ness. Sold for $10, headed to New Orleans. Just trying to think of a more cost-effective way to do things. I'm just trying to think of other ways to ship like a t-shirt or a hat. So maybe I don't have to buy a box or a poly bag. Just trying to think what's out there for free, unconventional, besides like a plastic grocery bag. Thinking. That's the one thing you got to do when, and I wish more big businesses would do it instead of just raising prices, is just try to figure something different out to change things up, to do something different, to alleviate your outgoing, so you don't have to raise prices. And then also I'll be taking away more probably from eBay with the promoted. So I don't know, just trying to think. All right, so we got this New Orleans Saints jersey. Sold for $20, headed to Lawrence, Mississippi. And on that note also about pricing is don't undervalue your items. I do feel like I have been kind of undervaluing some of my items lately. So I'm trying to adjust that to where, t-shirts I'm going to start putting up $14.99 with 30% kicking in. But then also I'm going to do some at $15.99, as well as like trucker hats at $15.99, then with a 30% off. So these two shirts sold separately, but I just put them up yesterday. Got them at the Honey Hole for $1 a piece. There's a bunch of the Nautica and Vineyard Vine shirts. I got a whole pile of them for $1 a piece. But we got a Johnny O blue t-shirt here, so I put these up for $15.99 a piece. So they sold on sale for $11.19. This one's headed to Derry, New Hampshire. And this one, the Tommy Bahama, sold for $11.19, headed to Santa Ana, California. Mardi Gras, shut up and suck it. T-shirt sold for $7, headed to Mountain Pine, Arkansas. Stop outsourcing our work now. T-shirt sold for $10, headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Memorial Tournament sold for $9, headed to Lowell, Massachusetts. I want to take a look at something real quick. So I want to keep an eye on one of the biggest media and the cheapest, unfortunately, Declutter. And 100% of the times I've ordered from them, the CDs, I had to get a refund because the CDs were cracked or too scratched up to even resurface. It's just total mess. But they already lose money unless they got some superb deal with eBay when it comes to fees, which is possible. But being that shipping's getting ready to go up to $349, just call it $350 plus supplies. There you're already not even counting any fees and the employees you're paying to put it up. You're already in the hole, right? Hell, even at $319, you're already in the hole. And they sell so much at that low price. So I'm just going to keep an eye on them because this media increase is going to take a huge chunk out of them that they're going to have to react. And they may already be doing it because I'm not seeing as much threes as I have before. Seeing some 4s and 5s. So they may have already reacted. But yeah, here's the other one. It's 310, 340, 340. See, they're going to be losing money just on shipping alone if they stay around that price point. And that could be a good thing if they react. One of two things. If they don't react, they're going to be losing a hell of a lot more money and they may not be around too much longer. Or B, they do react and more sales for my media. How about that? So, but something to keep an eye on when it comes to all this clearance, as I call it, media. All right, St. Louis Cardinals hat sold for $6. Headed to Fancy Farm, Kentucky. That's cool. We got a Sony Handycam manual operating guide, if you will. Sold for $10. Headed to Temple Hills, Maryland. Duran, all she wants is cassette singles. Sold for $5.50. Headed to Ireland. So since I went ahead, since I had about 7 items to Germany in the last month and a half, I went ahead and applied for the new German thing, LUCID or whatever, to get a code. I had to put in that I ship what kind of shipping products I use for their waste thing. So I put a cardboard and plastic poly bag. I guess that's plastic. And the lowest number you could put in is 1, which equals like 1,000 pounds of waste. I'm like, not even close to that, but okay, whatever. So I put it in. It was like $40 to go through that company. I'm not even sure if they did anything for me, to be honest with you. Because then it tells you to go to the other site. And then so I went to the other site and did everything on there, the German site. And they gave me a number. I put the number into eBay and everything seems fine. So said I was registered, gave me a number. I put it in eBay, so I should be able to still send to Germany. But I don't know if that company I had to pay $39 to really did anything for me. So I'm not sure. I kind of half-assed read it, just it was a pain in the butt. And I'm like, you know what, I'm tired of reading all this crap. I'm just going to do it. If it works, it works. If it don't, I don't care. And it went through. And it was, like I said, it was a pain. It took me probably about an hour to get through it. But I should still be able to send to Germany now, at least. But yeah, weird. It was, so if you decide to do it, try going around that company first and just doing it through the German site that they recommend. Let me see if I can pull that up. All right, lucid.ver, pack UNGS, register.org. Just go here and try to start here, because that company, I don't feel like the one that eBay sends you through, I don't think it did anything, to be honest with you. It let you put in what page you're using there, and it said download the report, and then you can upload it to the German site, the .org, but it didn't give me a place to upload it, so I just filled it out again on that site, and I didn't put anything in from the other site, so I honestly don't think you have to pay that $39. I could be wrong. I didn't read everything, so make sure you read everything, but try just going through the German site, the .org, because you may not have to pay that $39. So, this phone keeps messing up. It's freaking froze up on me. I almost got a new one yesterday when I was at Best Buy buying a TV, and I'm like, nope, just wait a few more months and get the 14. Just wait. You've gone this long. Just wait. All right, so this cassette sold for $14, headed to New York. Old Fashioned Christmas by the Carpenters on cassette sold for $5, headed to McGraw, New York. All right, Extreme, Waiting for the Punchline, sold for $4.50, headed to Greenville, Tennessee. All right, Legendary Blues Band, You Be the Judge. I got about 27 of these left. So if you want one, go get one. Sold for $10, headed to Virginia. All right, we got the classical cassette here, sold for $7, headed to Richmond, Virginia. All right, Fame cassette soundtrack, sold for $4.50, headed to Seattle, Washington. All for One, I swear it's the truth, or something, I don't remember. Anyway, sold for $5, headed to Riverview, Florida. I think I might have been mixing up 2 songs there together. All right. A lot of classical to choose from. I know this one's in here. That one's sold. And that's it. Boom. Puppy break. All right. First up, we got the classical cassette. Sold for $7, headed to Richmond, Virginia. And I bet you I messed up, didn't I? Yep, same person bought 2 separate. I didn't catch it. All right, Denise Austin cassette single going to Israel, or a yoga program, I should say, not a single. Going to Israel, sold for $7. All right, K-Boy Gold, something, red clay. CD sold for $5.55. Headed to Stockbridge, Georgia. All right, another classical cassette sold for $6. Headed to West Hurley, New York. Child's Play, Rat Race. Haven't listened to this in a long time. Sold for $6. Headed to Cortland, New York. All right, just put this up yesterday. Just sold just now. This morning, anyway. NHRA. I think it was a honey hole find. Paid $1 for. Sold for $8.50. Headed to Crawfordsville, Indiana. All right, we got this cool big old polo women's shirt here. I think it was a honey hole item. If so, it was probably $6-ish. Probably $6. Sold for $35 and staying in the area going out to St. Charles. All right, 20 #1 hits from Motown. Cassette sold for $10. Headed to San Francisco. All right, AFI CD sold for $6. Headed out to California. All right, some of my newer stuff I've listed. Here. I got the Eminem CD, Slim Shady, sold for $5.55. Headed to Hillsboro, Oregon. Another one over here. Smashing Pumpkins, sold for $5.60. Headed to North Carolina. Interpol, Turn on the Bright Lights CD, sold for $5.60. Headed to North Carolina. Depressed Mode, Enjoy the Silence CD, sold for $5.60. Headed to Tubbard, Oregon. Cry of Love, Brother CD, sold for $6. Headed to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. There's 3 North Carolina. The Girls, One World Blu-ray, sold for $5. Headed up to Canada. Winona, Tell Me Why CD, sold for $4.50. Headed to Shelby, North Carolina. Another one to North Carolina, and they're all different buyers. Odd. Emerson, Lake and Palmer CD, sold for $7. Headed to Louisville, Kentucky. All right, I think we're going to call it for this video. Sales are just keep rolling in. Gotta love it. We're at 10:52. All righty, so 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock's been pretty good. So hopefully that keeps rolling for the day. Hopefully it's rolling for you. And we will see you in the next video. Go up and take a break. Maybe take a nice, hot, relaxing bath. Do some drafting. And come back down later and pull because we don't have to get it out tomorrow. So extra time. So thanks to everybody for watching, and we shall see you in the next video. Later.